little bit, try to kill the time. Got the Wu-Tang shirt on. Today I want to talk about a topic, accountability. And I think my man Kevin Samuels hit on it all the time. A lot of women, but men also, are not accountable. Accountability means something happened and you take responsibility for it because it's your fault. You don't blame it on other people because you got drunk and you crashed your car. Somehow that's somebody else's fault because you mad at them. You don't fall asleep with a cigarette in your hand and set the house on fire and then blame it on somebody else in the house for not waking you up. Accountability simply in life is, if I got a child, I'm accountable to that child for their education, for their food, for their housing, to make sure that they can become the best round person that they can be. What's up, bro? Morning. We got too many people out here living unaccountable lives. We got too many young people not making responsible decisions. Like this gun thing now. Everybody's got a gun. Everybody, for whatever reason, needs a gun. We grew up in an era where very few people had a gun, but now everybody got a gun because they got ops. You're not being accountable. You being part of the problem. I don't be where I got ops. And I don't want to live with ops. You know, we've allowed society, this sick society, to change us in such a way that we have adopted the customs of the sick people. Everybody needs a therapist now. Your therapist can't make you accountable if you're not telling the complete truth. There's no accountability there. I don't care about people holding me accountable for the stuff I do, because I take accountability for the stuff I do. Whether it's good or bad, throughout my life, I've been an accountable person. I do not allow other people to put their unaccountability on me. I'll give an example. I worked in corporate America for 26 years. I had a boss that was unaccountable. One day, one of the top people in the firm, a managing person, had running the firm. We have to be accountable to him. So I go ahead and be accountable. Do you know that this manager had the nerve to come to his ass real quick? Are you fucking kidding me? You blew off a managing partner of this firm for 3 days. And then you got the nerve to say something to me about the way I handled it? That was your responsibility. I pick up the ball around here and I run with it. And so, if you're going to think you're going to continue to talk to me about it, you got another thing coming. Take some accountability for your shit, or take me to your boss and let your boss decide, because you're not about to do it. I don't allow people to put their unaccountability on me. Whether that's a parent that wasn't accountable, I'm not going to beat you over the head with it. But you're not going to put additional things on my head because you're not accountable. Situations happen in life, yes. But at certain points in age, just like I was talking to the young brother a week ago, he was telling about his livelihood and everything. I said, okay, the people in your life were unaccountable. But now you at 37 have to be accountable for yourself. That's the way the world works. That's how relationships and teamwork works. On a team, everybody has to be accountable to the other person on the team. You cannot have one person, I'm going to run and gun and I'm going to get mine. He's been accountable to himself. He's not being accountable to everybody else. In relationships, especially marriages, you have to be able to be accountable to your spouse. Your spouse has to be accountable to you. That means if I get up and leave this house, I need to let you know where I'm going. If I'm making moves out here, I need to make sure you know what I'm doing. That's how it works. We all understand, well, most of us understand, being accountable to God, knowing that we are going to face some type of judgment if we out here living outside the will of God. It's not for me to work on your accountability with God. That's up to you, and how you feel about it. And all I tell people is, hey, that's between you and God. If you're gonna do that, and you know it's outside the will of God, knock yourself out. That's you and God. I have to be accountable to God for the things that I'm gonna do. Life is simple. Why do we make it hard? It's a simple thing of being accountable in a family structure. The whole family is supposed to be accountable. Even when other people aren't accountable, you're still allowed to go to them and say, hey, that's fucked up what you did, cuz. That's fucked up what you did. I still love you, but I'm gonna hold you accountable. And people don't want to be held accountable. They'll fight you and scratch and try to make you the bad person in the situation because you say you need to get off the drugs. You need to stop drinking. You need to get out the street. These are crazy sounds to some people in the world that you, as a concerned person, would tell them to cut out the bad behaviors. But, you know, it's life. And as they say, the world's going to wax worse and worse. And people would not listen to sound judgment. Because, I mean, that's the reality shows and all that. How many people actually accountable on any of these reality shows? It's all me, selfishness. I want to do what I want to do, how I want to do it. That's a bunch of nonsense. That was on my mind today. And, you know, like I said, I don't want to bring it over to the No PC show tomorrow night, 7:30 to 8. I got a topic, but I don't want to share it just yet because I'm still working on some pieces of putting that together. But tune in, you know, check us out. You know, I'm going to open the phone line up. My bro out there, so I'm still got to hit him with the idea about doing an episode once a week called Guy Talk, where guys can just chime in on different topics and say what we got to say about it. And it'll just be our opinions on that episode too. So I'm out of the thick traffic. I'm still trying to make it to the office. I am officially 1 minute late. Hate being late. Got to be more accountable to myself. I got to compensate for additional traffic because I got customers I got to be accountable for. And I run a shop in South Shore. 773-966-4457. RPC Computing for all your computing needs. Print services. We do fax, copy, scan, notary. Being accountable in the world as a black man, trying to do something on the black side of things. I mean, sometimes there'll be things you may not make a lot of money, but if it gives you peace of mind and allows you to still pay your bills in a constructive, responsible way, I say go for it. I don't care if you're selling socks or fish out of a cooler. If that's how you making it and that's how you doing it, and you ain't pulling out a gun and you ain't sliding on ops, and you being accountable for taking care of your children and taking care of your spouse and taking care of your family, hey, it's a beautiful thing. Keep it moving, as we always say. Keep it moving, because otherwise you're gonna find yourself fighting situations that you don't have to be accountable for. You don't have to be responsible for. You don't even have to be around certain situations in your life where you don't be seeing ops and all this other nonsense that goes on out here in the world. And just keep doing what you do. I'm just trying to read what my bro said. Yeah, he says we should have a man and woman perspective too. And we'll try that. Men tend to be, we can talk to each other easier than when we bring the women in. So we'll figure out something. Maybe we'll do another segment called Man and Woman and have a different discussion. I think there's an old saying in the movie, and I think it holds true. Men will be penalized for mistakes, and women will be forgiven for mistakes. And that's just the way society is. It's less bending for us as men And it's just, it just makes it harder for us, and the things we want to discuss and the things we want to do. And sometimes women don't think the way we think, and not that they're wrong. It's just we're more solution based in our thoughts. I think TG Jakes did a show. It was real funny, and he was talking about some of the things that he goes through his wife. It was real simple. He was like, well, I come home and I asked my wife what's for dinner, and she couldn't just say it's chicken for dinner. She says, well, you know, at first I wanted some fish. Then I started driving down so and so, and then I thought about, you know what, so and so's got some chicken. Then you know who I ran into, and after that I stopped over at so and so and so and so, and he was like, I just wanted to know what was for dinner. He says, but that's the process that women have a whole go around process to get to the point, and men, we have a more straight line approach. What's for dinner? I cook chicken. So not to leave the women out, we'll figure out a form where we can do that, and I think that'll be more of a group discussion, maybe 2 women, 2 men, to balance that out. Brother Dorian is up early in the morning. Congratulations, Dorian is finally graduating high school. And I'm saying finally like it took him forever, but congrats. That's one stepping stone. Next is college, then further education, and then you can be part of the movement. So I'm at my office now, so I got to keep it moving. I'm already late. Love y'all. Deuces 2 times. See y'all tomorrow night, 7:30. No PC show. Deuces. We out of here.